problem isn't that you wake up one day in a foreign body. It's not even that you have a memory that isn't your own and eyes that don't see the world the way you used to. The real problem is that you wake up in a new body every day, while the city around you never changes. Marca, the city that neither sleeps nor wakes up, neither demolishes nor builds, neither grieves nor rejoices. Its main street remains the same. The sidewalks are clean, the lights work, the faces are familiar, but no one sees you more than once. Every day I open my eyes in a new body, a young man, a woman, an old man, a child, a poor man, a rich man, a blind man, a murderer, a beggar, a judge, a victim. But inside me, I am me. I don't know who I am. I don't know why this happens. But I do know one thing. Marca is a city that no one notices doesn't change, except me. I woke up to the smell of burnt coffee. I was lying on a torn couch in a cramped apartment, the light coming from the window tinged with yellow. I stood up. My body was heavy. My nose was bleeding slightly. I looked in the mirror. A man in his late 40s, thin hair. His left eye was half closed, and there was an old scar on his left cheek. I rummaged through his pockets. A wallet with the name Riyad F. Al-Jabri on it, an ID card, a driver's license, a photo of a small child on a keychain, no phone number, no notes. I left the apartment, the city as I always remembered it, the same road, the same supermarket, the same sullen salesperson, the same woman walking quickly toward the bus stop, the same details from days ago. But today, my face bore a scar, and everyone who passed by looked at the scar. Someone whispered, "The madman is back." I entered a small cafe. I sat down. The waiter approached and said, "You're back? After everything that's happened?" I looked at him. I didn't know him, but he knew me. I said, "I'm sorry. I forgot your name." His expression changed, and he took a step back. "You forgot me? Riyad? I swear you're sick." He left the table and called 2 male customers. They stood up suddenly, and before I realized it, I was outside the cafe, pushing my body away, running. I was running away from a past I didn't own, from a body whose story I didn't know, and from a city that wouldn't forget, unless I was the one seeing it. In the corner, I sat panting. I looked down at my hands and felt suffocated. There was a small tattoo on my wrist that read in illegible script, "He who sees repetition must change." I woke up in a small bed, smelling of old baby powder. I looked at my body. My hands were small. I was wearing a pink dress. I was a child. I went to the mirror. My face was childish. My eyes were wide. My mouth was closed, but I couldn't open it. I tried to speak. No sound. I left the room and found a woman sitting on the couch crying. She said in a broken voice, "Hala, I brought you breakfast. Can you talk today? Just one word?" I tried. I screamed internally, but my voice wouldn't come out. The woman hugged me. I knew she wasn't my mother, but I could feel her real tears. We went out together to the street. Same city. But something had changed. People didn't look at children as if they didn't exist. I crossed in front of a car. It didn't stop. It almost ran me over. The driver didn't see me. That day, I realize something terrifying. Every time my face changes, the value of my existence changes. I woke up wearing a gray hijab with dried lipstick in front of me. I was a woman in her mid-30s. I looked tired, dark circles under her eyes, and a simple wedding band on her hand. I went out into the street. I went to an old building. I got into the elevator. Everyone in the elevator looked at me, then looked away. On the 4th floor, I entered a small office. There was a piece of paper on the table that read, "Session appointments, psychotherapist Nadine Y." I am a therapist? I sat in the chair. I opened the computer. Many messages, all asking for an appointment. But they all began their messages with, "I know you're not answering, but I'm trying. People need me, but they don't expect me to show up." I spent the day reading their words, and no one knocked on the door. At the end of the day, I found a piece of paper in a drawer, written in my own handwriting. "The city won't change if no one sees you." I woke up in complete darkness. My body was heavy, but I heard voices and smelled more distinctly than usual. I am a blind man. I moved my hand along the wall. The texture was familiar. I felt my way out into the street. But in a moment, I heard a voice I had never heard before. "Finally you hear us." Who? I looked, or imagined I looked, and no one. The voice whispered again. "The eye misleads, but the ear is truthful. Listen to the city." I shut my mind and began to listen. The city breathes. There is a strange harmony. Footsteps, cars, clocks. Everything repeats itself in the same rhythm. Marca isn't real. It's a repeating machine. Jawad K., Marca's next star. I walked out wearing a leather jacket. I walked confidently. I saw faces shining with admiration, but they didn't speak. I entered a small club. I asked to sing. I sang from the bottom of my heart, and my voice was amazing, but no one clapped. I looked at the audience, frozen, as if they hadn't heard a thing. The owner approached me and said, "Stop pretending. This is show number 72. No one heard you and never will." I said, "Why?" He replied calmly, "Marca only listens to its own voices." I woke up to the sound of birds. My body was heavy. I looked at my hands, wrinkled. I am old. In front of my bed, there was a rocking chair, a wooden stick, and an old photo of a little person. I was me. But one thing was different today. I remembered. All the previous bodies, all the names, all the details came back at once. I remembered Riyadh, Hala, Nadine, Jawad, the blind man. They were all me. I cried out, I am him. But why? And then a man entered the room. He looked like no one else. He said, "You are approaching the end." I said, "Who are you?" He smiled and said, "I am the first body you have not yet lived, your real body." I woke up, and I had no face, no eyes, no nose, no mouth, no reflection in the mirror, no body I knew. Everything was silent. I went out into the city. people didn't look at me, but this time they disappeared one by one. Every time I passed a place, the people in it disappeared. The city was eroding. I was alone. In the middle of the square, there was a single chair with a mirror on it. I sat down, and I saw the real me. I opened my eyes. The light was real, not the light of a dream. I was on a bed in a small, simple room. No mirror, no pictures, nothing. A woman entered and said, "Welcome, you are now outside Marca." I said in my familiar voice for the first time, "Who am I?" She replied, "You are the only one who saw the city as it is. You are the survivor." I went outside with her and found other cities, life, chaos, but real. Marca was a test. Every day was a body, and everybody was a lesson. Whoever passed it became free.